All right, everyone. Yeah. We need to talk about this one. We need to talk about this one right away. Congratulations to Senegal for winning the AFCON final, the AFCON gold medal. Too much drama, too much suspense. Very intriguing. Very a much heated AFCON. Already, if you're conversant with this station, you know that definitely uh, it's something that we're talking about here concerning what happened with the officiating. It has always been a build up. The build up has been there concerning the way Morocco are so desperate with the officiating to actually win the AFCON. If you want to win the AFCON, everyone wins the AFCON the normal way. It's not because you are the host. Now everything must go your way. This thing started from Tanzania, started from Cameroon, started from Nigeria, started from, it's, and I said it, the next in line to be robbed in my previous post is Senegal. Now just take a look at it. I love the character of the Senegalese, in as much as people will criticize to say no, they were not supposed to leave the pitch, they were not supposed to protest. For me, that protest was not just for Morocco. In my own opinion, that protest was for the whole Africa. I'm telling you, it was for the whole Africa. Because this thing of the North Africans always fond of intimidating the referee, especially Morocco. It's becoming too much. It's becoming too much. It's not something that we should welcome when it comes to African football. Alright, now when you take a look at the match between them and Cameroon, and also the match between them and Nigeria, especially the one between them and Nigeria, the problem with those matches is because there was not an obvious fact for a protest. You understand? Yeah, there was not an obvious reason to say, just like the one of Senegal. A lot of things was going on in that pitch. The same thing against Cameroon, the same thing against Nigeria. It was going on there before Senegal did that protest. They knew what they'd be seeing on the pitch. Everything always go against their opponents. Now we're talking about 3 different or 4 different referees. What are you telling me? What are we saying? How can 3 or 4 different referees be bullied? There's something there. There's something really going on. In my own opinion, I've said it before this match. I said I'm tipping Senegal to win because for me they have what it takes and they've also been one of the best teams to win the tournament. But the problem is the officiating and also the home crowd. The same thing. Imagine when the goal was scored. I mean the goal that stood. They were even stoning the goal scorer in front of where he went to demonstrate. They were stoning him bottles and all that. And you're telling me that's a good officiating? Even when that, if anyone that watched the game, you find out that when the penalty was about to be taken, the goalkeeper of the Senegalese stopped. The referee have already blown for Ibrahim to play that penalty. The guy protested even in front of that penalty shot to say they are using laser light on him. Before Mane also stepped up. Okay, in case you didn't watch the match, actually what happened? We're talking about the AFCON final between Morocco and Senegal, right? And Morocco won 1-0. After 90 minutes, no goal, then there was extra time. Now, it's AFCON final, AFCON 2025, hosted by Morocco. You understand? So now, they've been this complaint about before they got to this stage. They actually played the same thing with Nigeria. Nigeria own game ended on penalty before they got to the final. They also played Cameroon before they played Nigeria, the quarterfinal. So there was also complaint of officiating. As a matter of fact, our own Samuel Eto'o, the legend, actually had problem with the CAF officials and everything, and I think the investigation is still going on or whatever. They are talking about suspending or whatever. I don't know. They said the way he demonstrated or the way he was, it was more of a character kind of thing. So that is that. So Morocco have been very desperate to win this AFCON because they are the hosts. So whenever they are playing, their fans are so intimidating. You can't even hear yourself. A lot of things are going on. Even the other team, their fans always complain. When you host a tournament or in the stadium, right? There's always a spot. There's always a spot for the guest or the visitor or any other fans that comes, like the supporters club. Most of them are always bullied. Most of them are taken out of their positions, and there's nothing they can do. But tell me, how come you are playing a game and your supporters club are not seated where they are supposed to be seated? It's bullying. In as much as we know they have, in terms of infrastructure, they did well in the tournament. They really tried. They have standard, very nice in that aspect. But the officiating and organization have a bit of issue with visiting teams to do well. You understand? So that is the problem. So it seems like they want to detest the game. Even when they are not playing, they decide who wins. Like, if they are in support of you, you will feel it. The game between them and Nigeria, the information I even got was that each time, like we hear on TV, that the players are being booed each time they have the ball. But people on ground were saying that whenever they are dancing, whenever they are shouting for their, like cheering their own player, it's like the stadium wants to collapse. Like, the intimidation was too much, and most of the game against them and the Super Eagles in Nigeria, even analysts could see that some of the players, especially the ones that came on, that came on to replace maybe some of their suspended teams, they found out that they lacked confidence. They were not playing like they used to. Anyway, it's not the fault of the fan, but that is not football. Like, you are playing football, you are afraid of, if I win this game, am I going to go home? It's not. Like, am I going to go home after winning this game? Is that what we wish for African football? No, that's not what we wish. That is why you see, most of us were actually routing for Senegal, because not in as much as Senegal, we know that Senegal knows how to they play good football. We know that Morocco also play good football. But take the politics out of the football. So what actually happened last night was Senegal scored a goal and it was disallowed. There was no reason to disallow that goal. It was just physicality. If there's anything I'm complaining about this tournament, this 2025, right? I think we lack that physicality standard of African football, because African football is physicality. But in this tournament, you see someone being touched, the person will just jump. Like, there's no more that what makes AFCON. You must be physically strong. That is what even makes AFCON difficult than other tournaments. Just a jab, you find out that the referee will just blow. That one is not even a game against Morocco. It's not the one of the Morocco. But I don't know if they're trying to now refine or bring us the Western style of football into AFCON. No, it's not the same. It's like talking about the Olympics. Olympics does not care if you're a Ballon d'Or winner or you're a FIFA best player. No. Olympics is the survival of the fittest. We know the history why before when football finds its way into Olympics. So that standard is still there. That is why the organization is different. It's separate. No influence from world football when it comes to Olympics. That is why you see even smaller teams can win it. But you see, when you talk about the World Cup and all these things, they have this favoritism. You touch a Ballon d'Or player or the player jumps, they blow for that player. They kind of worship them, respect them, because when they have the ball now you're afraid. Just like what happened against the one of Nigeria. People will say, oh, there's nothing, Nigeria didn't play anything. Why would you want to build up a game and you can't even tackle your opponents? Anything you do, they blow against you, even give you a yellow card. Are you going to mark that player again? No, you won't even try to make effort. It affects the game. It affects the morale of the game. So in the case of Senegal against Morocco, they disallowed the goal just because Hakimi was pushed. It wasn't even it's a set piece target. That was a corner kick. Now, in a corner kick, you of course knows that people will be, dragging each other and all that. But these guys were opposite each other. Hakimi was holding this guy, was also forgetting that his name. Then Hakimi fell. He lost his balance and fell. That they scored. It was disallowed. Then Senegal didn't complain. Senegal didn't even say go to VAR and check because the referee didn't even. So now some people have their own argument that you have to tell the referee to go check. You have to tell the referee to go check. But Senegal didn't do that, unfortunately. Then the game continues. Then after 90 minutes no goal, you can see the total dominance of Senegal in that game. After 90 minutes no goal, extra time, 3 minutes. All of a sudden, almost the same thing happened on the corner kicks that was being played by Morocco against Senegal. They crossed the ball. The ball wasn't even going to Brahim. The same thing happened, physicality. Then he fell. Now for the ball to go on, he went on to the referee, bullying the referee. No, he must check the VAR. Can you imagine? After checking the VAR, the referee at like 1 minute to end the game, the referee is about to offer penalty to Morocco to win. Now this is my take, right? It looks obviously like that was a penalty, right? But it depends on the game. You get my point. You see, when you get to a knockout stage in a tournament, there are certain things you overlook, let alone a final. You don't give such cheap penalty on the final, heated final, AFCON final. You don't. It should be super obvious. So that's my take. It wasn't good enough to be a penalty in an AFCON final. That is my own argument. So when they did that, the coach of Senegal and the players got irritated, they got angry, and they left the pitch. They said, no, it's fine. They are no longer playing. They should just give the cup to Morocco. Like I said in my post, everything I said in my post are just coming to pass. I said it there. I said, CAF, give the cup to Morocco. You have robbed Cameroon. You have robbed Nigeria. There is no need for Senegal to play. Just give them the cup. Let them have it. They are so desperate. Are you the only one that have won AFCON after 50 years? A lot of countries have not won AFCON even once. If they can even get the third place, they'll be very happy. So you, because you have your history of 50 years ago, the last time you won AFCON, so everybody need to be robbed for you to, because you are the host. No, it doesn't happen like that. So it was like Morocco against Africa in that game, because all the other Africans are supporting Senegal, especially the Western Africans, and also with East Africa, let's say Southern Africa. So the fans were there also to cheer them, but the Moroccans still wanted to do the same thing. So after a long argument, the players have gone back to the tunnel. So now Mane, he wasn't actually the captain, Then he was the one that had to speak to the guys and guys, look, let's come back and play this game. Like we all know, if they didn't come back, it would have been a big problem. They might be sanctioned, they might be suspended by football body. But I like the protest, right? For me, that is what even Nigeria or Cameroon would have done. But the thing is that theirs was not really too obvious. Right? So if there was no penalty given to Morocco, Senegal wouldn't have any reason to demonstrate like that. Just like the way there was nothing like that on the side of Nigeria. So you can't say because the referee didn't blow a foul in your favor, then you leave the pitch. No, but this penalty was supposed to test the game. You understand? So they left. But after they left, they came back. The penalty was still awarded. Guess what? Brahim lost the penalty. It was a very dramatic, very, very, very dramatic AFCON final. If not the most in history. Very, very dramatic. Then after losing the penalty, they were playing extra time. You know the extra 120 this thing. So in the first half of it, Senegal scored from a close shot from a young player. They scored. And that was what defined the game. They scored. And when they scored, it was very, very rowdy. Like, everybody never expected it. So at the end of the day, Senegal was the better team. They wanted to be robbed. But I think the creator intervened and said, no, this one is not going to happen to Senegal this time. I'm telling you, we know what we saw in the match against Cameroon. We know what we saw against the match against Nigeria. They were actually robbed. They were actually bullied. Everything against them. The one of Nigeria, there was no yellow card given to Morocco. No yellow card. That means they were preparing them to make sure their full team gets into the final. Who does that? And there were obvious things they were doing. Even Hakimi, the so-called African best, I made mention of it. It's still the same thing. Why is Morocco trying to define African football? I mentioned the one of Hakimi, giving a player African best. There is a tournament in front. Most of the time, African Best award is being given after a competition. Then you are giving a player African Best before the competition. Like you have doubt that he's going to do well because you know he had injury. You have to quickly give it to him to build up also the confidence for them to believe that they will win the tournament. They are the host and everything. So that was wrong. That was wrong. So I was very happy yesterday. I believed that on a fair play, Senegal will win. Fair play, Senegal will win. Senegal will win on a fair play. So I wasn't too desperate about the game. So when I knew that two things will happen, fair play, Senegal will win. Same robbery, same script, same story, Morocco will win. But I knew that it would be very boring if Morocco have won. Very, very boring. So Senegal, congratulations to Senegal. They won their second AFCON. And Mane is really a hero. He has won the AFCON twice. So there's this rumor going around that the coach is asking him to consider international retirement. It's good to retire when the ovation is loud. It's good to leave the stage when it's loud, but the Mane I see still have the strength to make money. Even if he wants to leave the national team, he can still play club football to make money because football is a very short career. So yeah, so for me, I think he should maybe leave the national team but still play for club side, like club football, yeah, to make money. Because the energy is still there. Imagine him playing in the midst of 20 years old players, 17 years old in their team, but you can't really tell that this guy is around 33 years old. So he's really, really fit. He's still in the game. So, but it's up to him anyway. It's up to him to decide. But he has literally won everything. He has won Premiership, English Premiership. He has won Champions League. He has won AFCON. He has even won the African Best Player. So there's nothing else for him to win. So he's really a legend and a great achiever. So even to the point that he wasn't even the captain, but because of what happened and how he was able to encourage the guys to say, guys, come on, let's go finish the game. They made him the captain to lift the trophy because he was actually the role model. So it was very, very interesting. Very, very, I think it's a well-deserved trophy. It's a well-deserved victory also. So guys, that's my opinion. If you have a contrary opinion, you can drop your comment there by the comment section, and I'll reply you if there's need to. All right, thanks for coming around.